Hello, World Localization Day. My name is Claude Luenz, and I'm speaking to you from New Zealand. In New Zealand, we're very practically focused in recognizing that we need to completely change the zoning laws in this country, how we design our communities. And in doing so, the best term we came up with was reinventing local. Now, to be clear, many people in the industry do not understand that the transport era is ending. This is a photograph during level 4 lockdown for COVID. The roads were empty and everyone was locked in their homes because that was the only safe bubble. The transportation era, it's ending, and we found that 20% of the working population in New Zealand, at least, and in many other countries, now can use technology. Here's a photograph of our Prime Minister speaking to officials in Singapore. And this is something that the technology's been there, but it took COVID to demonstrate how much can be done using technology. Now, the thing about that is only about 20% can earn a living working with things like telecommunications systems. The other 80% do have the kind of jobs that they need to be, you still need to go to them. And so then the question is, do we continue to build transport-based design? Do we continue to build communities where to accomplish the mundane chores of daily life, you have to drive? You leave your home, which can look like these townhouses, and you drive to work. You drive to take your children to school. You drive to the shops. You drive to services. You drive to recreation. And this essentially was a given during the transport era, but that's no longer the case. And we now have the opportunity to start rezoning to a human scale. This is a drawing that shows what it would look like. And if you look at this, you'll see that it looks a great deal like some of the old towns in Europe. And that's because those towns were built before the Industrial Revolution and before the transport era. They were human scaled. Now, with technology coming, that doesn't necessarily mean we get this. It has to be something that is consciously done. So let me read this. Rather than invent a brave new world where social interaction is computerized and we live in high-rise cities, let us reinvent human-scaled patterns that have worked since civilization began. For 1,000 years, they were called MarketTowns. They were car-free with no outbound commuters, and life was face-to-face. They had a local economy. All day-to-day destinations were within walking distance. They were affordable for all ages, all stages, and all walks of life, from cradle to grave. They were self-supporting. Their people naturally looked after each other. In other words, they weren't looking to government or social or public services. They took care of their own. And for 1,000 years they worked until the industrial and the transport eras emerged. Now, those eras are ending, and it's time for new zoning laws based on the timeless patterns of market towns. To learn more about this, we have a website called MarketTowns.nz or NZ, and that describes a great deal of the work that we have been doing. It's very practical in the sense that you will find what we call a prototype district plan. This is the put in planner speak, and it is the kind of thing that would be used to grant permission to begin such a project. There are many other elements in here that are different. If you wish to establish a local economy, those 80% of the jobs that are what we call local to local have to have a critical mass of workers. There need to be people there to go to the barber, to buy a bicycle or get it fixed. And therefore, you have to have a pop-up factory that can produce all of the homes in 12 months, but at the same time not look cookie cutter. And for this, we turn to companies in Germany who do that. That's what they do, is set up those kind of factories. There are many, many other details, not the least of which is we don't focus on selling homes. We focus on attracting head of household jobs, because the creation of a local economy is absolutely critical to the success of this. And that's not something you leave to just who shows up first. Many, many other details. And this is a venue where you have a lot of things going on. So what I'm going to leave you with is just the website. You can learn more. To go there to learn more, go to markettowns.nz or NZ, and you'll find a great deal there. In addition, I've written a book. It was originally called How to Build a Village, and then at one point we was rebranded Village Town until we realized that the term Market Town was resonated with people because it's a timeless concept. I haven't gotten around to writing the fourth edition where we rebrand. So go to markettowns.nz and you'll see everything you need about what we're doing. My contact details are below, and certainly would welcome to hear from people if you have projects you want to do. We're about getting things done, and we hope to actually start building these. Enjoy the rest of your roundtable and the conference. Thanks.